Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, December the 23rd, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, there's been a lot of talk about President Trump around here for the last couple of days. A lot of it has to do with what he said about Syria and the confrontation that he had with Secretary of Defense Mattis. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think sometimes President Trump's style comes across the wrong way, or sometimes it gets him in trouble. This whole thing with Syria and Secretary Mattis could have been handled a lot differently, more discreetly, and we wouldn't have all the controversy that we have right now. But I also think the response of the Democrats and the response of many people in the media is rather laughable. I mean, Democrats are criticizing his decision to get out of Syria. Have they told us what their policy is? I mean, are they suggesting that we should stay in Syria indefinitely? Is that what they're saying? No, they're not. They're just criticizing Trump. Now let's take a look at the media. The media is once again in, the end of the world, the end of the Trump presidency, the beginning of the end. I mean, how many times have we heard that? Over and over and over again. But what is their policy? What is their suggestion for Afghanistan or Syria? Do they want to stay in Afghanistan? Do they want to stay in Syria all of this time? I don't know. They don't tell you that. All they tell you is that Trump's crazy, that Trump is out of control. But why don't we talk about what he's saying, the substance of what he's saying? Because I think the country's entitled to a debate about staying in Syria and staying in Afghanistan. Now, look, President Trump during the primaries was very clear that he did not want to stay in these countries for any more time than we have to be. He made it very clear that these wars are very costly, not just in human life, but also in treasury, and that he thought it was time to come home. And I think that many Americans probably agree with him on that. But again, the issue with me is not how he talks. We all know that President Trump can speak rough at times. I think what we should be talking about is the substance of his policy. Do we want to stay in Syria? Do the Democrats want to stay in Syria? Do the Democrats want to stay in Afghanistan? I mean, that's not the Democratic Party that I've been around for the last few years. They were always the party that was criticizing President Bush and Senator McCain. Now, all of a sudden, I guess they're criticizing President Trump because he wants to bring the troops home? I mean, come on, will the real Democrats get up, please? And the media just seems to be obsessed with Trump. And this is not doing the country any favor because, as I said before, we need to have an honest debate about what exactly is our role in that region, how long should we be there, how many more lives are we going to lose in those regions, and what exactly is our mission? I don't know what our mission in Syria is. I mean, I think I understand what our mission in Afghanistan is, but we've been there 17 years. That's the longest war in American history. At what point do we say, okay, we're getting out and, let's step aside? I don't have the answers to all those questions, but for the media and the Democrats to just criticize President Trump, the Democrats just say no, and the media just says Trump is crazy, I think we need a more interesting debate than that, because I think a lot of Americans actually agree with President Trump that it's time to reconsider these policies in the Middle East. Well, thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today, December the 23rd, is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.